Hello YouTube. Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting on a Fan. Right now the date is Sunday, November 12th, 2017, and the current time is approximately 9:51 a.m. I have just enough time to record a video as I am meeting with a regular client by phone for a phone reading. So wanted to do some things and talk to y'all a little bit. So I also want to shout out to Gothica, and I am so incredibly thankful to all of you who have expressed very loving, caring, compassionate, and supportive comments on my two recent videos. You know, it's funny because I remember when I had Facebook, when I used Facebook, there was somebody who decided to announce she was doing a thing that she was inviting people to express gratitude every day in November. And, you know, I was just like, listen, I express gratitude every day. I say thank you a minimum of 10 times a day in November, in December, in January, in February, in March, in April, daytime, nighttime, weeknight, weekday, weekend, you know, holiday, regular day, whatever day. So it's natural for me to express gratitude, and on a multi-daily basis. So I know that it is November. I know that in a lot of people are thinking about Thanksgiving right now, especially those people who live in the United States and Canada. I don't know if other countries celebrate Thanksgiving. That's a good question. But in any event, I do want to thank all of you who have. Your words have been very kind. They've been very uplifting. They've been very comforting. Your insights and your comments have been just beautiful, and I am very, 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 very thankful. I wanted to, you know, I've talked about following divine guidance. I've talked about following one's intuition. I've talked about how important it is. I've also, I'm going to get to that. I've also talked about how it is important to follow that intuition, that inner guidance, if you will. And I've also talked about how if I'm not divinely guided to do something, it doesn't make sense for me to do it. But there is one thing that I've been divinely guided to do. There is one thing with regards to this recent situation that I have been divinely guided to do. In fact, I would say that about 2 weeks ago, Goddess, some people call her Spirit, I call her Goddess, began showing me what to do. And before I get to that, and believe it or not, this is not Café Bustelo. Every once in a while I like to drink a black tea, and one of my favorite black teas is, well, anything by Twinings, but specifically Twinings Black Currant. I've always loved the taste of black currant. Every once in a while I will purchase currant jelly, which I love. It just tastes so tangy and rich. And I'll use it as a substitute for grape jelly or grape jam or grape preserves for peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, which is my second favorite. My number one favorite is ham and cheese, because growing up that's what they fed me. Anyway, so let me take a sip. It's so good. One of my favorite Twinings black teas is black currant. So what I've been divinely guided to do, and what I was divinely guided to do 2 to 3 weeks ago, was write a letter to the person who hexed me. And I'm going to read this letter to you now. It's transcribed in the accompanying blog post, but I felt that I needed to read it during the video. And here we go. To the one who hexed me. First, I feel it is absolutely important to let you know that I do not hate you. I have neither the desire nor the intention to allow hatred to enter any and all of my complete being, my body, mind, and soul. Second, I have no desire to cause you harm. I do not wish for you to die. I frankly want nothing at all to happen to you. Nonetheless, I refuse to allow you to continue to use baneful magic against me and mine. I refuse to allow you to continue your nonsense. You continue to remain fully enmeshed in the emotional manipulation of another, and to the marrow of my bones I am crystal clear that you have allowed another to manipulate you. Your intuition has told you that this does not feel right, that you do not have the correct information, and you have chosen to ignore your intuition. That was mistake number 1. Mistake number 2 was to hex an innocent. Someone who did nothing to cause you and yours harm, either intentionally or unintentionally, directly or indirectly. And your third and most costly mistake was to hex someone who has as his personal psychic advisor a third-degree Gardnerian Wiccan, one who refers to me as Super Witch, and I am, indeed, a super powerful witch, one who is quite good at stopping those who cause harm in their tracks. Now, more than ever, I am Robert Alvarez, Zachariah, the Night Falcon, sacred son of Oset and Osar, sacred son of Oshun Ishango, sacred son of Ezeli Danto and Dambala, sacred son of Gaia and Pan, beloved by many celestial beings. From this moment henceforward, you no longer have power to cause me and mine harm. From this moment henceforward, you no longer have power to enact any hex or curse against me and mine. From this moment henceforward, you no longer have the luxury of lurking in the shadows. From this moment henceforward, you no longer succeed. From this moment henceforward, you no longer prosper. From this moment henceforward, you no longer rise. By the powers of the goddess, by the powers of the elements, and by the powers of the witch, all that you have sent me and mine is now returned to you, 1,000,000,000,000-fold. By the powers of the goddess, by the powers of the elements, and by the powers of the witch, all that you have sent me and mine is now returned to you, 1,000,000,000,000-fold. By the powers of the goddess, by the powers of the elements, and by the powers of the witch, all that you have sent me and mine is now returned to you, 1,000,000,000,000-fold. By my will and by my power, and so must it be. By my will and by my power, and so must it be. By my will and by my power, and so must it be. I need one more moment, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. Just one more moment. I remember having participated in a class that Dakota, who is one of Catland's newest co-owners, had led about protection magic. And he talked about how sometimes it's not about waiting for the right planetary hour, and it's not about waiting for the right lunar phase or the transiting lunar sign. It's about just doing it. And although I am a moon magic witch, and although I find that my ritual work and spellcraft is enhanced and strengthened when I look at the appropriate and the correct planetary hours, when I use sigils and herbs and oils and sacred tools, and when I'm using the correct transiting moon sign and the correct and most appropriate lunar phase, I know that sometimes it's not about waiting for any of that. Sometimes the most powerful magic is born in the moment. And on a personal note, it feels good to put this person on notice. And I know that that's what I started doing with the 2 videos that I uploaded and recorded and uploaded before this one, and with the 2 accompanying blog posts that I wrote and published before this one, that accompanied those said 2 preceding videos. But now this person knows that not only are they on notice, but they need to stop. I have no doubt the goddess is giving this person one opportunity to stop their nonsense, their BS, their gunk, and take that energy and clean up their own lives. But there is no question in my mind that person has one opportunity. One opportunity. I hope and pray they take it. I hope and pray that person who is being emotionally manipulated by another, who is being massively deceived by another, will finally listen to their intuition and say, you know what? This doesn't feel right. I need to stop this now. I hope and pray they do. Because my sense is that everything that I have sent to this person and all relevant parties is on hold for one day. And after that day, well, to use a rather vulgar expression, the shit's gonna hit the fan. And make no mistake, it'll be some major shit. Thank you, YouTube, for honoring who I am and what I do. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for taking time out of your day, out of your night, out of your life to watch my videos and listen to what I need to say. Thank you for your encouragement. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for all those other things. All those other things. And thank you for understanding. More than anything else, thank you for understanding. I do go well out of my way not to hurt other people. Sometimes even to inconvenience myself. Sometimes even to cause myself harm. And I know to the marrow of my bones that I did not hurt any of these individuals, intentionally or unintentionally, directly or indirectly. And they created a lot of problems. A lot of problems. And now they have one day to rectify those problems. Otherwise, every problem they sent me is coming back to them. And yet something tells me they're going to continue on a path of foolishness and stupidity and BS and deception and ignorance. And they're going to scream that they were in the right and I was in the wrong and that they were justified. And nobody's going to listen because everybody's going to know. It's like, no, you weren't in the right. You knew this was not an appropriate course of action and you did it anyway. But this is how some people learn. It's a damn shame. A damn shame. Anyway, thank you again, YouTube. I wish all of you many blessings, much joy, mountains of miracles, goddess-graced gifts, and a truly beautiful, empowering, and divinely